I swear that only Rockstar Games fans are crazy enough to sit through and be engaged in an hour-long investor conference call by shareholders and actually capture the information that is shared between the lines. Face it, guys, we are freaking crazy. But you know what? They called us crazy when we were speculating about GTA 6, and look at us now. Obviously, look, if you have been living under a rock, if for whatever reason you have not seen the GTA 6 announcement, click the link at the top right, check out the video I made yesterday. It's here. It's finally here, somewhat. Now, in today's GTA 6 video, I wanted to give a little update on the GTA 6 situation, because from that earnings call, from that conference call yesterday, there were some very, very interesting things said, more than most of these conference calls. Like, so many questions were, of course, asked because of the whole GTA 6 announcement, and Strauss Zelnick, the Take-Two CEO, gave some very, very interesting answers. So if you want to know some more information about this upcoming game, well, then this is the video for you. Now, before we actually dive into the actual conference call, I wanted to take a look at some of the documents that were provided before the earnings call. Really, the only big interesting thing to note here was that Rockstar Games still have the Trilogy Definitive Edition on mobile to be released. So it does say TBA as far as release date, so nothing given there. I'm wondering maybe if this is going to be some sort of pre-order bonus. We all know that the trailer for GTA 6 is coming in early December. So I'm wondering if maybe they'll announce pre-orders then as well, and then you'll get access to the Trilogy Definitive Edition on mobile. As far as the other stuff, I mean, look, here's the page where they talk about GTA. Look, it's still making them boatloads of money. It's still selling millions upon millions of copies. I mean, this game it won't end. I mean, it will end next year, hopefully when GTA 6 comes out. But yeah, here we are 10 years later, and it's still kicking. Now let's go ahead and hop into the earnings call, and we're going to listen to Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick. A quick recap, if anyone doesn't know, Take-Two is the publisher. They are above Rockstar, like they own Rockstar. So this guy is the head guy. Everything runs through him. This is how we started off the conference, though, of course, congratulating GTA 6.
Looking ahead, I'm exceedingly optimistic about our company's multi-year growth trajectory and our ability to deliver long-term value to our shareholders. Our development pipeline is robust and diverse, and we're getting closer to delivering the groundbreaking titles that our audiences throughout the world have been anticipating eagerly. We're also thrilled by today's announcement from Rockstar Games founder Sam Houser that the eagerly anticipated first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto will be revealed this coming December.
So the only thing there to note is he doesn't actually call it GTA 6. They're still calling it the next GTA. In before it's GTA 5-2 or something, but I mean, surely it's GTA 6, right? Surely. Now, one of the big things a lot of us were looking forward to in this conference call was him giving us an update on the estimated $8 billion amount they are projecting to make next year. He actually started off with what they're projecting to make this year, and this is what he had to say.
And reiterating our fiscal 2024 net bookings guidance of $5.45 to $5.55 billion.
So for this year, or for the fiscal 2024 year, they are estimating $5.5 billion, okay? That's the baseline. Someone in the Q&A section did actually ask about that $8 billion amount, and this is what one of the Take-Two higher-ups had to say.
Due to shifts in our pipeline, our expectations are that net bookings will now be below $8 billion, but not materially. So it really isn't a big change, and we expect growth in 26 as well.
So they actually have updated us, and it's going to be a little bit below $8 billion, although they do say it's not really that big of a deal. More than likely, it's one of the smaller games. They have that maybe got pushed back or cut or something, but they're still projecting to make close to $8 billion, which is a considerable jump from the 5.5 from fiscal 2024. So reading between the lines, it looks like the GTA 6 release is still on schedule for fiscal 2025, which again is from April of 2024 to March of 2025. It's confusing. I always say that, but everything still seems to be on track. Now, there was another question that somewhat mentioned this $8 billion amount, as well as if they wanted to mention and talk more about like release schedules. And this is what Strauss had to say.
Yeah, we haven't even issued initial guidance for the year. We do that in the spring of the new year, and that's when we'll give a lot more specificity around the release schedule. However, I want to reiterate, we are going to be shy of $8 billion in fiscal 25, but not materially so.
So as far as an actual maybe release date, if Rockstar doesn't give us one in early December with the trailer, if they just say, you know, coming soon, then next spring, whenever they do their earnings call, I think it's sometime in March, maybe it's February, one of those 2 months, that's more than likely when we can listen into the next conference call and see when the GTA 6 date actually is. So as far as all the main, you know, big details, I think that covers all of it, at least from this conference call. There were a couple of other very interesting questions posed, though, that I wanted to talk about. This next one actually has to do with the actors strike. So if you've been following the news, I think you probably have heard of the writers strike over the past like year or two. Well, there's an actors strike that might happen. And there's been a lot of questions. If that does happen, is that going to affect voice actors? And is that going to affect the development of GTA 6? That would be absolutely crazy. GTA 6 is looking good, and then all of a sudden they can't finish it because the voice actors are on strike. Well, Strauss Zelnick had this to say.
Negotiations are expected to resume next week. We're optimistic. We value all of our talent greatly, and we value excellent labor relations, and we're looking forward to reaching an agreement that serves everyone well. That's always been my approach. I've been involved with labor negotiations in every entertainment industry there is in my career, and they've always worked out just fine. In the event that they don't work out just fine, now we are completely protected.
Kind of a non-answer, but at the end he does say we are completely protected. So that should not be a concern for anyone. GTA 6 doesn't look like it's going to be delayed at all because of an actor strike. If it gets delayed, it's because of some other reason. And then this final question that we're going to take a look at, and it's actually a very long answer from Strauss, and it's actually very interesting to hear the insight on this, was about the 5M dev team acquisition that Rockstar told us about like a couple months ago. And for my PC brothers and sisters out there, what Strauss Zelnick says here kind of sounds hopeful that we might actually get a PC release the same time as the console. So here's what he had to say.
We're really excited about it. I mean, to be clear, this is a small economic opportunity right now and a small cost to us. We want to be where the consumer is. And what's going on in role-playing and really in two ways. Number one, the people who are actually playing role-playing servers, and number two, the people who are watching what they're doing on Twitch. Both are really interesting. The actual people playing is a relatively modest audience. It's in the hundreds of thousands. But the people watching, that's a huge audience. And we're interested in, first of all, making sure that our intellectual property is protected. We're also really interested in meeting the consumer where the consumer is. And for certain consumers, botting is a really important activity. And finally, you know, people are consuming our intellectual property. We would like to monetize it if we can. We think this gives us an opportunity to do all of the above.
So a lot was answered there. I mean, it does sound like they are interested in keeping the whole 5M scene alive once GTA 6 comes out, which is only available on PC. So that's why I'm thinking maybe I'm a little hopeful here. There's not going to be a year-long gap between the normal release and the PC release. He does kind of mention about the monetization stuff, which, look, we all saw that coming. Hopefully it's not anything too crazy. I don't think anything really has been mentioned as far as what they could be monetizing with all of the 5M stuff. But it is nice to know that they kind of like their Twitch audience. So that's going to be for sure interesting to see how that relationship plays into the whole GTA 6 reveal and announcement and release. So that's finally going to do it on this video. Normally these conference calls, there's like one or two things that you can look at and take and, you know, read deeper into, but this one actually gave us some pretty interesting answers in my opinion. They also were a lot of questions about GTA Plus. I didn't really want to go over them because I hate GTA Plus, but it doesn't look like that's going away. So unfortunately, that's going to be a part of GTA 6 in some way, shape, or form. But this conference call definitely gave us a little update on GTA 6. Still looks like it's coming out next year. It's not going to get delayed if there's like an actors strike. And potentially the PC release may be coming out at the exact same time as the console release. So pretty awesome stuff. Hopefully more trickles out over the next couple of days, weeks, up until that trailer in December. Hit the subscribe button. I will, of course, be keeping you guys up to date on all of the GTA 6 news and info. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe again for more GTA 6 content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.